All right, so let's continue with the biochemical reaction, specifically of your Escherichia coli. So, on my previous lecture, we have already introduced I have already introduced the INVIC reaction of your Escherichia coli. So INVIC again stands for I stands for your indole, M stands for the methyl red test, V stands for the Voges-Proskauer test, and C stands for the citrate test. So for your indole test right here, for your indole test, why are we going to perform indole? That is for us to identify the ability of the bacteria to produce indole. So indole is a metabolic product that could utilize the tryptophan. Okay, tryptophan, Tryptophan. So that is your tryptophan. That is why we need to perform indole. So in here for indole test, positive test, the positive reaction is a reddish or pink ring which appears in the reagent layer. This is the reagent layer. The reagent is the COVAX reagent. COVAX stands for spells KOVAC apostrophe S. So COVAX reagent. So when you add a COVAX reagent, if the bacteria can utilize indole or is positive for indole, the bacteria could actually produce a reddish or pinkish ring in the reagent layer. This is the reagent layer. So this could actually indicate again that the production of indole from the breakdown of tryptophan. That is your indole test. How about the indole negative test? So indole negative test, you could see no color change. So or there is still a yellow ring color in the reagent layer, but then again, this indicates that indole was not produced. Indole was not produced. So, how about in the methyl red test? In the methyl red test, we are testing the ability of the bacteria to produce stable mixed acids. Again, we are testing the ability of the bacteria to produce stable mixed acids. These acids are metabolic end products of glucose metabolisms. So, stable mixed acids as metabolic end products of glucose metabolism. So, as you can see here, in the methyl red test, the positive color, again, if in doubt, answer red. So there's actually a red color appears after adding the reagent. What is the name of the reagent? Methyl red reagent. Again, what is the name of the reagent of the indole? COVAX reagent. For methyl red, it's the methyl red reagent. So it actually indicates that there is a low pH and there is the production of mixed acids from the glucose fermentation. How about this negative methyl red right here? For the negative methyl red color, this color remains yellow or it remains in some tests it turned into a yellowish orange after adding the methyl red agent. But then again, this could actually tell that there is absence of significant acid production. Why? Because it remains yellow or yellowish orange. The positive should be this red. Yan red dapat. Okay? So that is your methyl red test. How about your Voges-Proskauer? For your Voges-Proskauer test right here, we are actually detecting the ability of the bacteria to metabolize pyruvate. Pyruvate. So, pyruvate. So, metabolize niya ang pyruvate into a neutral intermediate product. Unsa man ni nga product? We call that product as the acetyl methyl carbinol. Acetyl methyl carbinol or what we call as the acetoin. No, acetoin, acetyl methyl carbinol or the acetoin. So that is what we should be detecting, the acetoin. So in here for the Voges-Proskauer, a positive result shows a pinkish red color which develops right after adding the reagent. Unsa man tong reagent? We have the alpha naphthol and potassium hydroxide. Alpha naphthol and potassium hydroxide. So this actually indicates a production of acetoin from glucose fermentation. So if it's positive, then this indicates a production of acetone from glucose fermentation. Negative result. How about the negative result? So there's no pink or red color develops. No pink or color develops. So the reaction right here, just as like this picture, remains yellow or unchanged, indicating that acetone was not produced. Again, indicating that acetone was not produced. How about in your citrate utilization test? In your citrate utilization test, we are actually detecting the ability of the bacteria to utilize citrate as a sole source of energy. So in here, as you could see, there's still a change of color. For citrate, there's a change of color to blue. So this is a blue colored medium. Remember that your citrate has no butt. Puro ra gina nakaslant ra gina sila. Wanay lubot nga agar makita ani. Nakaslant ra na siya. So there's no butt, only slant. You would know later on when your laboratory exercise. So a blue color appears in this medium that would indicate a positive citrate. This would actually tell us that the bacteria can utilize citrate as the sole carbon source. How about this negative citrate? So a negative citrate or a negative result, the medium remains green. So it actually shows no color change. It remains green or no change of color. This would actually tell us that the citrate was not utilized. So it was the citrate was not utilized. Okay, so that is how are we going to read and interpret our IMVIC reaction. So again, for summary, so what we have here is positive for indole. We have a reddish pink ring on the reagent layer. We have negative for indole, no color change or yellow color. For methyl red, a positive result right here is still red in color, negative still yellow or orange in color. For Volksprescauer, we have a pinkish or reddish color for positive, and for negative, we have no color change, still yellow. And we have here for the positive citrate utilization test, we could see a blue color, and for the negative, we have a green color or no color change. So green color. Okay, that is for your IMVIC. So let's go with your TSI. So your TSI is very useful in differentiating bacteria, especially the enterics. So this is the number one test that should be performed. So when you do your isolation method, make sure to perform TSI if it's gram negative bacteria or enterics if you're suspecting the enterics. So what is TSI stands for? It's triple sugar iron. So meaning your TSI has triple sugar. Na siya tulo ka buk sugar. So before we go to the triple sugar, your TSI actually helps us in differentiating the bacteria in three ways. Please write this down. Number one, your TSI help us to differentiate bacteria based on its ability to ferment this three sugars or this triple sugar. This triple sugar that we are talking about is number one, glucose, lactose, and sucrose. So again, TSI helps us in differentiating the ability of the bacteria to ferment glucose, lactose, and sucrose. That is why it's triple sugar. Number two, it actually helps us to identify if the bacteria can reduce sulfur to hydrogen sulfide. So meaning it would actually tell us if the bacteria can produce hydrogen sulfide. That is number two. Number three, your TSI would tell us that the bacteria has the ability to produce gas. To produce gas. Okay, so those are the three things that you need to remember when utilizing TSI: sugars, hydrogen sulfide, and gas. So let's go to the crucial step of your TSI. So, in order for us to really know how to read and interpret your TSI, let's get to know TSI. Unsa day naa sa TSI? So, what are these? What are the things or your TSI composed of? So again, so since it's TSI, we have triple sugar. So it has three sugars. So your three sugar stands for glucose, lactose, and sucrose. So your TSI is composed of glucose, lactose, and sucrose. So just like with the other agar, your TSI, since we are going to check the ability of the bacteria to ferment sugar, we need a pH indicator for us to know nga the sugar was really fermented. So, the name of the pH indicator that we are using for TSI is phenol red. So, if it's in the Makong K, that is neutral red, in the TSI, it's phenol red. So, what we have here, again, you have the sugar, we have the pH indicator. So, it's triple sugar iron. What is iron stands for? Iron, your TSI has iron salt. This iron salt can detect hydrogen sulfide production. So it would actually tell us, it would actually help us detecting the presence of hydrogen sulfide. So that is why it's triple sugar iron. Okay? So sa ganitong composition sa atong TSI, number one, it has three sugars, triple sugar, the glucose, the lactose, and the sucrose. We have the pH indicator that would help us know that there is fermentation that is taking place. So the name of the pH indicator is the phenol red. We have also the iron salt. Iron salt detects the hydrogen sulfide production. So that is the composition of your TSI. As you can see here, say nawong sa imong TSI, it has a slant and a butt. Unlike your citrate, nga slant ra jud siya tanan. It's slant, dili maklaro, but do not worry. On your next laboratory activity, you could actually observe this one. So slant. In here, it has a slant and a butt. Sorry. It has a slant and a butt. So, unsay makitaan sa slant? So, the technique of reading your TSI is number one, to identify. Identify the slant and identify the butt. It's easy, very easy. This is the slant, this is the butt. Number two, remember the sugars that are found respectively on the slant and on the butt. So, unsa may makitaan nga sugar nga makitaan sa slant. So, in the slant, you could see and observe the fermentation of the lactose and or sucrose. Slant, remember, you could observe the fermentation of your lactose and or sucrose. Number two, the butt, you could see the fermentation of the glucose sa butt. Again, lactose and sucrose, slant, but glucose. Glucose but lactose and sucrose slant. Okay, so we have already established that. So remember that one. Number three, what you want to remember, what you need to remember is if there is fermentation, what happens gani if there's fermentation? There is a change of pH. The pH decreases. So if there is a change of pH and if the pH decreases, there should be an acidic environment. If there's an acidic environment, this will change the color. So say for example, if there's a change of color of your slant, that would tell you that lactose and or sucrose are fermented. If there is a change of color sa butt, that would tell you that glucose is fermented. So the question is, what is the color? The color is yellow. So again, if there is a change of red to to yellow, mahimo na ni siyang yellow ang slant, that would tell you that lactose and or sucrose are fermented. So if there's a change of yellow color sa batt, that would tell you that glucose is fermented. Understand? I hope you understand. Okay? So, again, imuhang inumduman, unsay makitaan sa slant ug unsay makitaan sa bat. So, again, ang makitaan sa slant and bat, what is being observed in your slant and your slant is the lactose and sucrose. What is being observed in the bat is the glucose. If there's a change of color, so if the slant will become yellow, that would tell you that lactose and or sucrose are fermented. If there's a change of color sa batt, that would tell you that glucose is fermented. Okay, so Miss, how about the hydrogen sulfide? The hydrogen sulfide can be detected with the presence of black precipitate. Again, the hydrogen sulfide would actually tell you that there is presence of ha- black precipitate would actually tell you that there is presence of hydrogen sulfide. Black precipitate right here. How about the gas? Detect makata gas, miss. So you can see gas bubbles or gas cracks along the medium. So I would show you an example later on. So if there's cracks on the medium, that would tell you that the bacteria has the ability to produce gas. Okay? So remember that one. Again, number one, you need to remember what is found on your slant and your butt. What is found in your slant is your lactose and in your sucrose, and the butt is the glucose. So if there's number two, you need to remember that color changes. So if it remains red, there's no fermentation happen. No sugar fermentation yung nahitabo kay it remains red. But if the medium changes its color to yellow, then there is sugar fermentation happening. So if there's yellow on the slant, yellow discoloration of the slant, that would tell you that lactose and sucrose are fermented. If naa siya yellow discoloration sa batt, that would tell you glucose is fermented. If there's presence of black precipitate at the bottom of the tube, that would tell you that the bacteria can produce hydrogen sulfide. If there's gas bubbles or cracks along the medium, then that will tell you that the bacteria can produce gas. That is how are we going to read. So, it does not stop there, class. How are we going? So that is just the observation to the changes of color. But how are we going to write it as a result, a proper result, formal result na jud siya, resulta. So again, you need to identify if it's alkaline or acid. So if there's no change in color, then the medium is remains alkaline. If there's a change of color, mahimo yellow, mahimo siyang, that is acid. So if there is a red slant, just write K, K, as in Kate, K over A. So if there's red slant K, if the bot is yellow, then that is A. So alkaline stands for K. A acid stands for A. Okay? So what is the result? K over A. Kalusa man mag K over A if there's red slant and yellow bot. This would tell you that only glucose fermentation has happened, or the bacteria ferments only glucose. Do not be confused. Dextrose is also glucose. Parehara na sila. It's just the same. How about acid over acid? Just put there A over A. So I have provided a student's guide on our laboratory. Please study that one. So that's A over A. That's yellow over yellow. So meaning kung mangbutang kag A over A, ang imong slant is yellow slant. Ang imuhang bot is yellow bot. Okay? This would tell you that all of the sugars are fermented, including glucose, lactose, and or sucrose. How about if the flat is red and then the bot is red? So meaning ang whole tube is red. So that would tell you there's no fermentation. So it should be alkaline over alkaline. What may acidity happen? No acidity. Uh, the medium is not acidic since no fermentation happened. So that would be alkaline stands for K. So that would be K over K. K over K. Absence. So when you interpret absence of carbohydrate fermentation results. How about this? If there's blackening of the medium, so if there's precipitate, so that would be the presence of hydrogen sulfide. Sorry, that should be hydrogen sulfide right here, H2S. Kulang nag-S. And gas production if there's presence of bubbles, okay, or cracks. So this is how your E. coli. So if you could remember your E. coli here. So your E. coli daw, the TSI reaction of your E. coli should be it ferments glucose, lactose, and sucrose. This would tell you nga asa gani makita ng glucose class in the butt. Asa gani makitaan ang lactose and sucrose sa slant. So if it ferments the three sugars, asa man ani nga choices ang closest TSI reaction sa E. coli if it ferments all of the sugars. This would be letter D. Letter D as in dog. This one, nga naman. It ferments glucose. The glucose, this is the butt. It should, if there's fermentation happening, the color should change to yellow. So acid is acid, while the slant, lactose and sucrose. So makita sa slant, si lactose and sucrose, gi-ferment man sad daw sa imong E. coli. So there should be a change of color to yellow. So that would be lactose and sucrose and glucose are all fermented. So if it's all fermented, na ay acidic environment sa duha ka buok, sa acid ug sa bat. So your result should be acid over acid. Okay. In here, it says E. coli can produce gas with gas production. So as you can see here, letter D, you could see cracks, especially kanino, padung na dyan siya mubuto. So these are actually bubbles. This would actually indicate the presence of gas. So your result would be acid over acid with gas, or you can put with acid over acid, comma, gas positive. Pwede na po. Okay? So that would be acid over acid with gas or acid over acid, gas positive. It says here E. coli does not produce your hydrogen sulfide. Di ko na siya ka-produce og hydrogen sulfide. So it doesn't have black precipitate just like this one. It doesn't have black precipitate just like in your letter E. Mo ni example sa mga black precipitate, letter E. Okay? And we have other tests. We have the ONPG, which is positive, and urase for Escherichia, which is negative. So let's just try to write the results of the remaining letters. So in A, we could see here A that is red over no red gapon siya red no change of color. So that would only mean that no carbohydrates are fermented. So unsa na to pagsulat sa result? This should be K over K. K over K. So if you're being asked in the interpretation, no carbohydrates are fermented. So, or glucose, lactose, sucrose are not fermented. Okay? So, kana lang, interpretation lang. Glucose, lactose, sucrose are not fermented. K over K. Okay, red naman siya, no change in color. How about this one, letter B? So, letter B, if you could see, this is actually yellow. Yellow na siya, no? So, it's actually yellow. So, there's a change of color sa imong slant. So, this would be yellow. So, unsa man tong yellow? Acidic, di ba? So, you put A over, unsa man yung color? This is actually still pink. So, yellow over, A over K because it's acid over alkaline. So nay acidity sa imong slant but alkaline gahapon ang imuhang bat. So if there's acidity, it means na fermentation. So if your result should be your result should be A over K. So acid over alkaline. A over K. That would tell you kung saan kayo makitaan sa slant. That would be your glucose and that would be your sucrose and your lactose. Sorry, class. your sucrose and your lactose. Again, so this would be your slant. Ang makitaan is your sucrose and your lactose. Okay, so since it's A, meaning your sucrose and your lactose are fermented while your glucose did not ferment. Okay, so ang putang ninyo dito sa inyong interpretation is both sucrose and lactose are fermented. Okay, so that would be A over K. How about this one? So there is a red coloration, meaning no change of color. So alkaline ra gihapon siya, that is K. K. In but is yellow. So that should be K over A. So alkaline over acid. K over A. Unsa kini makita sa bot class? That is your glucose. So only the glucose is fermented. So in your result ana is K over A. Interpretation, only glucose is fermented. So for letter E, so letter E is actually the same with letter C, but then again, si letter E na siya hydrogen sulfide. So as you could see here in the slant, it is still alkaline. It's K on the bot, that is A. So that's K over A. Alkaline over acid. So K over A with H2S or with or positive for H2S. So how are we going to interpret this one? There is a glucose fermentation. So positive for glucose fermentation and positive for hydrogen sulfide production. Okay, so that is how are we going to interpret your TSI. So aside from your TSI, we have also another test, and this is your LIA. So your LIA actually looks like pareho na nagdagway sa imuhang TSI. It also has a slant and a pot. So this is much more mas lisod-lisod siya compared sa imuhang TSI. But then again, let's make this quite easier. So let's start first. What is LIA used for? Why are we using LIA? So in LIA, we could actually detect two things. Three things, sorry class. Three things. Number one is the ability of the bacteria to deaminate lysine. And number two, the ability of the bacteria to decarboxylate lysine. Okay? So if there's deamination takes place, take note, just write this down. If there's deamination takes place, you need to check for the slant. If there's decarboxylation, if you want to check for decarboxylation, you check for the bot. Again, if you want to check for the deamination, check for the slant. If you want to check for decarboxylation, check for the bot. Okay? So there the principle of your LIA and your TSI is actually the same. So papareho rin na sila. But then again, remember that in your TSI, what we will be checking is the acidity of the medium. And here, we are actually checking the alkaline state of the medium. So, if the organism produces lysine decarboxylase, no, so if the organism or if the bacteria can produce lysine decarboxylase, or if the microorganism or bacteria can do decarboxylation, the what will happen is there is a cadaverine that will be formed. Cadaverine, Cadaverine. Again, if the bacteria produces lysine decarboxylase, cadaverine is formed. So cadaverine usually neutralizes the acids that is formed by the glucose fermentation. Si cadaverine, iyang i-neutralize ang acids that is used for glucose fermentation. That is why, remember asa makitaan ang glucose, di ba, sa bot, right? So if there's cadaverine, it would revert the medium to its alkaline state, to purple. Again, so If the organism produces decarboxylase, cadaverine is formed. So cadaverine neutralizes the acids formed by the glucose fermentation. So if naa si cadaverine, iyang in-neutralize ang acidity that is usually formed by your glucose fermentation. And the bot will now revert to the alkaline state. Unsa man ni ang color sa alkaline state sa imuliya? That is purple. That is why sa imong lysine decarboxylation, check ka sa lubot sa tube. You need to check the lubot of the tube and that is the decarboxylation. If it's purple, then it is positive for decarboxylation. Kaya na may cadaverine. Okay? But if it's negative, the bot would remain yellow or it could be red, but then again it is negative. Negative siya. Kaya wala man niya gi-revert into purple. Okay? So, again, decarboxylation, if purple ang bot, positive. So, saan pag-check again, asa gani makitaan if the bacteria is positive for lysine decarboxylation, bot, lobot. So, if the if it has a purple bot, then that is positive. Unsa gani rationale ani? Because if there's decarboxylation happening, there is a production of cadaverine. And your cadaverine would neutralize the acids that is formed by your glucose fermentation, reverting back the medium to reverting back the medium to its alkaline state. And it will now become purple. Mubalik siya og pagka-purple. Manang positive siya. How about the lysine deamination? So, in the lysine deamination, when you say deamination, unsa man na siya, it's deaminated. So, gikuha D. So, it removes amination man, it removes the amino group of the lysine. So, if you want to check for lysine deamination, check for the slant. So some bacteria possess this enzyme, this lysine deaminase. Ang purpose sa imong lysine deaminase is to remove the amino group of the lysine. That is why deamination, removal. So what is the result of this one? The reaction produces an alkaline environment. So, if the amino group from lysine is removed, it converts the product that reacts, it usually converts the product that reacts with the medium in an alkaline environment. So, if a bacterium deaminates the lysine, kung iyang i-deaminate ang lysine, so, iyahang himuon og alkaline ang environment. So, the slant would turn red. Again, for deamination, check for the slant. So, the slant will turn red because of the production of an alkaline environment. Okay? So, that is your lysine deamination. So, technically, ang ang timan-an lang yun nato sa LIA, what we should remember is if in PSI, we need to remember if there's fermentation, there's acidity, in your LIA, alkalinity, alkaline. Okay? So, for your lysine deamination, asa siya na to i-observe? Sa slant. So, we need to observe the slant. For a positive result, the slant will change to become red. If there's a red slant, then that is positive for deamination, lysine deamination. So meaning the bacteria has the ability to deaminate the lysine. How about lysine decarboxylation? Si lysine decarboxylation, asa tanawon, we need to look the butt of the tube, lobot. So, at the butt of the tube, we need to check the alkalinity. Ngano gani? Because in your lysine decarboxylation, there is this product. This product that that could actually neutralize the acid is what we call as the cadaverine. Again, so si cadaverine iyang in-neutralize ang acid sa butt. So, it turns the acid, the yellow acid, to become purple. Yang ibalik og purple. So, that purple butt is positive for decarboxylation. That red slant is positive for lysine deamination. Miss, how about if it's yellow butt? If it's yellow butt, then that would tell you that there's no decarboxylation takes place. Kaya nga naman, walay cadaverine nga nag-neutralize sa yellow, nag-remain na siya yellow. But that would actually tell you that glucose is fermented. Kini fermentation of glucose. Remember, ang glucose makitan sa lubot. So if it's yellow, it remains yellow, that would only tell you that glucose is fermented alone. Okay? So aside from decarboxylation and deamination, we have still hydrogen sulfide production. It is easy. So still the presence of black precipitate, and we have also gas production, the presence of bubbles and cracks in the medium. So this is the summary of your results. So this is how it looks like. The color observation also yung makita no sa in the laboratory. So if it's purple slant and purple bot, so do not look sa result and interpretation. If it's purple and purple, that would tell you an alkaline environment. So in alkaline environment, so it would be K over K. Unsa gani makita sa slant? That is deamination, no? So deaminase ang enzyme. So decarboxylase pod ang enzyme. So, in here, so it's alkaline and alkaline. It's purple slant, purple butt. So, slant, usa gani positive sa imong lysine deaminase, it's red. So, it's lysine deaminase negative. How about lysine decarboxylase? Makitaan, asa gani siya makitaan? But, it's purple. So, it's purple, then it's positive. So, this is how you interpret. So, alkaline, alkaline, K over K. How about purple slant and yellow bot? Unsa gani makita sa purple sa slant? That is your deaminase. Unsa gani positive sa atong deaminase? It's red. So, that should be lysine deaminase negative. How are we going to write that as a result? Purple man. So, it's still alkaline. It's K. How about yellow bot? Yellow will tell you acid. So, it's K over A. So, lysine is yellow. It's not purple, but it's yellow. So is the carboxylase is negative, kaya di man siya purple, but glucose fermentation happened. Okay. How about the red slant and yellow bot? Slant, unsa gani makitaan? Deaminase. Bot, unsa gani makitaan ani? The decarboxylase. So sa slant, it's red, it's positive. So we have red slant. So write R over A. Okay, it's yellow. Acid man ang imuhang yellow. So R over A. But then again, your red slant is positive, but your yellow bot indicates glucose fermentation alone, not lysine decarboxylase. So what you write there? Lysine deaminase positive, lysine decarboxylase negative, glucose fermentation. Okay. How about black precipitate? Hydrogen sulfide, meaning sulfur reduction. Okay, I hope this is clear. So you need to differentiate this between your TSI. Okay, so what we have here is an example. So for your E. coli daw, ang gingon sa imong E. coli, it's deaminase negative. So the secret here, class, is usually deaminase negative. Kung usually deaminase negative siya, most of the time, mag deaminase negative pod siya. Or decarboxylase negative, or pwede po siya decarboxylase positive, no? So di kita sila pareha nga positive positive usa ra gyud na. So in here for E. coli is deaminase negative. Unsa nga ni atong makitaan sa E. coli sa deaminase? So where are we going to look for the deaminase? For the deaminase, where are we going to look for deaminase? That is the slant. So as it's deaminase negative, unsay expected niya nga color if it's negative? It should be purple. Kay mo positive kay red man. So let's check asa mga purple. So these are the purple. The red ones, dili na siya. Positive na ni siya deaminase. So this is your purple. Deaminase negative. For E. coli, why is this yellow for E. coli? If you could remember, E. coli is a lactose fermenter, a glucose fermenter, right? It's a glucose fermenter. So, imo makitaan sa E. coli glucose fermenter, so you could see yellow bot, yellow bot in your E. coli. All right. So what we could see again, if it's the lysine decarboxylation, if lysine decarboxylation, you need to check for the bot. Tanawon nimo ang lubot. Sige. Among all of these, asa man ani ang positive for lysine decarboxylation? So we have here for Yersinia, we have another for Providentia, Proteus, and Morganella. Your ppm and your Y, that is lysine decarboxylase positive. So purple bot. So how about the negative result? So most of these are negative, but then again, it can ferment glucose. So this is uninoculated, by the way. So we have here the Salmonella, Shigella, and your E. coli. How about for lysine deamination? You could see nasa tanawon if we need to check deamination slant. So here, these are the slant. So if it's lysine deamination positive or deaminase positive, you need to check for a red color. So the lysine deaminase positive is Providentia, Proteus, and Morganella, your ppm. That is positive. No, positive for lysine. So what we have here is your negative results. So what we have here is your negative results for Salmonella, Shigella, Yersinia, and E. coli. These are all negative results for lysine. So the slant remains purple. So again, review slant, deaminase, bot, decarboxylase. So slant, makita ni mo diha is the red color that would indicate positive, negative for purple. For decarboxylase, sa lubot, if it's purple, then that is positive. If it's yellow, then it's negative and it would indicate glucose fermentation. Okay? So how about this one? So this would tell you unsa may sayop ani. So in your moving exam, you may experience reading and interpreting or identifying bacteria by reading and interpreting these tests. So this is your INVIC. So we have here positive, positive. So we have this indole, methyl red, Vosper and citrate. For Escherichia coli, remember your INVIC, that would be positive, positive, negative, negative. So for indole, you can see reddish ring on the reagent layer. For methyl red, red discoloration. So this is positive, positive na. For your Vogues per scour, so atong positive for Vogues per scour is red man, so it remains yellow, so it's negative. For letter D, we have here the citrate, so it's green, so it's still negative. So this would tell you that the INVIC is positive, positive, negative, negative. So clue na siya. Excuse me. So that is a clue already. That's what is your bacteria. So we'll focus on your TSI. As you could see in your TSI, if you could remember the reaction of your E. coli sa TSI, that would be acid over acid with gas. So acid over acid. So that's yellow slant and acidic bot. So yellow bot. So this would tell you that all of the carbohydrates are fermented with gas. Oh, na cracks. So this acid over acid. Nakay clue. Acid over gas. So we have here the macconke. It's lactose fermenter. You can see colonies right here. You have EMB, greenish metallic sheet, as you can see. And pag tanaw mo sa microscope, oh, Coccobacilli, gram-negative rods. So what is this one? This is actually the motility test. No, so that is the motility test. So this would actually tell you if your E. coli is motile or not. Is it motile? It is motile. So sa ano to pagtanaw? If there's diffuse growth along the stub agar, na growth ba sa stub agar? This one, this is the growth. So it would tell you that it is motile. How about your LIA? Sakto ba ang LIA class? So among all of the test, the biochemical test presented to you, only Leah right here is actually wrong. So remember your E. coli is is a glucose fermenter. So supposedly C, but sa Leah is yellow. And then the slant right here, if you could remember, your E. coli is deaminase negative. So sakto ra ang imong slant. So it's purple. But then again, sa imuhang lubot, the bot should be yellow. Okay? So that is your Escherichia coli. So in my other video, so let's start with just start the other video with a spot check and then proceed with the next microorganism. Okay? So I'll see you on the next video.